Hey girl, hey. What's the tea? What's the gossip? Let's talk about it. And I was like, are we okay? Like, what is going on? I'm literally obsessed. Hello, my beautiful friends of the internet. We are back for another episode of Yap Sessions. And this episode, I just really need to bring in the spring vibes. Currently here, it is sunny, but the snow will not leave us. And I'm sick of it. I just want it to be spring. So I thought I would do a video to say hello to spring, welcome spring, and talk about all the little things that I do to bring a little whimsy to my life. I love a good internet trend. I am a sucker for an internet trend, and I really do like this one. I don't know if it's really a trend though. I think it's more of just like something we like to share with each other. Just maybe that's a trend. More so just like something we like to talk about and share with one another, and also like say, hey, this is what I do, and oh, this is what you do, and that kind of fun aspect of, I guess, social media. When social media is nice, essentially. Yeah, I started to make a list of things that I do to bring a little whimsy to my life. And I mean, honestly, to each their own. Everybody has their own little thing that they do, and this is what I do. So, yeah, a lot of it, I realize reflecting on all of this, I'm like, wow, a lot of this is to really heal my inner child. And to be honest with you, I'm not mad at it because I feel like when we were children, we just had so much whimsy. And while I'm on my inner healing or healing my inner child journey, a big part of that is to add a little whimsy to my life. So I'm not mad at it. I also would like to say, when this video goes up, I will officially have my first article up on my Substack, and the article will be about all the things that I'm doing to add a little whimsy to my life. So please go check out my Substack article because I do really want to start doing more Substack stuff on there. I kind of discussed this a little bit in a recent vlog, or I really do want to dive into this idea that this really is my digital journal. So doing short form content, I can't say that word. Long form content, that sounds weird. Short form content, long form content, doing a bit more writing on Substack. I Pinterest a lot, so that's obviously always out there. So I feel like it's a little piece of everything kind of all put together and all in different ways. So yeah, I started my new Substack, so please go check that out. All the information will be in the description bar. And I really do love writing. Writing is definitely my kind of forte. It's kind of fun to get back into that. So check that out. We'll have fun over there. We'll have fun. Alrighty, so let's dive into a few things that I'm doing or I do in my life to add a little whimsy to it. So I don't really have a particular order that I'm going through. I just made like a list and I'm just going to go through my list. And then I also wanted to talk about things like I had a list of something I found on Pinterest of like ways you could add whimsy to your life that I thought I was going to kind of go over and divulge. And then I also have things that I like see on Pinterest or I see out there in the world, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cute that I would like to start to do to add whimsy to my life, or just kind of like what I think also adds whimsy to your life as well. So yeah, let's kind of dive into it. So the first thing on here will be kind of food related. So for me, I really love just making a homemade matcha. I know it's a very simple kind of thing. But I don't know what it is. I think it's just the art of like sitting there and taking the time and the process to actually make a matcha. Warming up the water, sifting your matcha flour, pouring a little water into the dish to make it like a little paste, and then like whisking and just like sitting there for a good like minute whisking to make like a little foamy concoction. All of that. Like I feel like there's just something about it that's just maybe to like the everyday person is a little mundane and boring. But to me, I just feel like, I don't know. I think it's just like the art of like making something and just like, I don't know, it adds a little fun to your life. One thing I did last year for my birthday, which I obviously captured in a vlog, so definitely check that out, is I made myself a birthday cake. Yet again, obviously all these things are very subjective, so like what I feel adds a little whimsy to my life may not add whimsy to yours, but this is something that I just felt like was like, I don't know, I just think baking in general is very whimsical. Like, I just feel, I don't know, I guess it's like a little trad wifey, but like in the best way possible. Not even trad wifey, just like I feel like, okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna make something from scratch and like put it together and I don't know, like put on your little apron and I don't know, I just love cooking and baking. I feel like that is very in itself very whimsical. But to go back to the birthday cake I made, I put it in like a little heart-shaped pan and I made the icing and I made obviously the cake itself and I put it together. And I don't know, it was just very fun and a little different than what I would usually do for a birthday cake. I think I usually would do like a chocolate or a vanilla, but like I made a raspberry lemon cake with like almond flour. Like the cake itself was like almond flour and all of that. And it was so good. Very different, very like fresh and fun. And I don't know, it was fun to do that. And then like I put little raspberries on it in the shape of a heart. And I don't know, it's kind of fun to do little baking, cooking things like that where you can like kind of make it fun and like add a little sparkle, a little pizzazz to your food. Moving on to kind of like electronics, more digital stuff. One thing I really love doing, and I definitely found this on TikTok or something, was changing all of my friends or people in my phone's pictures to jelly cats. I remember seeing this on TikTok and I'm like, that is so cute and so fun. And I love jelly cats. I think jelly cats just in of itself is a whimsical, fun little thing. And yeah, I don't know, it was fun to like go through and like pick pictures of like different jelly cats that would represent my friends and or people in my life, and it's just so cute and so fun. And I don't know, it just adds a little fun to your phone. And when that person like calls you or texts you, like it's just a cute little picture of the jelly cat. And I don't know, I don't know, I just love doing stuff like that. Calico critters. I also saw really cute, funny pictures of like little calico critters, and I'm like, I might switch out the jelly cats and do that instead for like my friends and stuff. So something I do for in my phone that I feel like is just kind of fun to do. Another thing that I do monthly is I change my widget spread on my iPad. If you follow me on TikTok, you would obviously see that I do that every month. So yeah, I do it kind of inspired or like kind of the vibe of the month. So if it's like springy, I'll do like a spring vibe, or like maybe it's fall time, something kind of fall, but it's just like something that makes me very happy to do. It makes it very fun, and I like that my iPad is decked out in that sense of like kind of representing whatever is going on for the month. And yeah, it just adds, because I'm on my iPad like every single day, so it just adds a little whimsical vibe to my iPad. And it's also just something fun that I love to do and put together each month and kind of pick out. So like sometimes I'll see pictures of something, or maybe I'm watching a movie that I feel like, ooh, I want to do a widget spread for. Like I did one for like Coraline, which is really cool. So when you turn on my iPad, when you like press it on, it was like Coraline going through the tunnel. And then when you go onto my actual iPad, it was just the picture of the tunnel itself. Yeah, and then each little widget picture was like something from the movie, and I just felt like it was really fun and like cool and creative. But yeah, so I actually need to do one for April, which actually reminds me that. I mean, it just turned April, but I'm gonna probably do that after this. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's something just like, I think too, I might have just said this earlier, but like it's just like those little things that spark joy. I think that's essentially the whole concept of adding whimsy to your life, is just like the little things to do to add a little, a little something to your life. Kind of going same on with like the digital kind of thing is changing my IG highlight covers on my Instagram. I don't do it like monthly like I would with my widget spread. I feel like it just makes your IG profile just very fun, and I don't know, I like it, and I really do love adding highlights to my profiles and like adding stuff to my story. I think I do more stuff on my story than I do on my actual feed because it's just fun to me to like do stuff like that. So yeah, that's another fun little thing I do. Another thing that's kind of more media related is, like, as you guys know, if you follow me, I am obsessed with making playlists. I have dedicated a whole entire video about this, so I will also link that down below. But I love making playlists, and to be honest with you, for me, like, playlist is a vibe. Like, when I put on a playlist or I listen to music, like, it's just an entire vibe. And especially like when it comes to seasons, every summer I make a summer playlist. This is going to be my playlist for the summer. This is the vibe I'm bringing for the summer. And that's what I just do every summer. And yeah, that's just, yeah. So I have one for spring. So if you do want to listen to it, I will obviously link it down below. And I don't know, sometimes I hear songs and I'm just like, this reminds me of spring. Like John Mayer. Every time I hear John Mayer in the spring, it just makes me feel like I just want to put a dress on. I want to curl my hair and I just want to go to a farmer's market and pick flowers. Like, I don't know. That's the vibe I get from when I listen to John Mayer, but also that's what I want to do in the springtime. I just want to look at flowers and like wear a dress and be cutesy and girly. And yeah, I just feel like that is just like the fun things to do. Like, I'm kind of crazy with playlists. I have so many playlists. I have so many playlists to the point that I'm like, I think I already made a playlist about that or whatever. But I don't know, it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to make a playlist that represents the vibe or whatever. Everybody take a shot for how many times I say vibe in this video. You're going to be intoxicated. You'll have alcohol poisoning. But yeah, you get the point. I'm geriatric. I love a trinket. I love a tchotchke. I love a... What does she say? I'm geriatric. I love a trinket. I love a little whatever. Trinkets. Trinkets are the most whimsical thing you can add into your life, especially if you are like into miniatures or sunny angels or like cutesy little things like that. My mom went to the secondhand store the other day and she found these cute little miniature homes. And she was telling me that they are something that my grandmother actually was collecting and she always wanted to collect, and she found them and she got them so cheap, and I think they're actually worth like way more than whatever she bought them for, and they're just so cute. And I love cutesy miniatures like that. Like when you have cutesy little miniature things in your room or in your house, or even like miniature things you can hang on your purse, or just like anything miniature, I feel like just are so cute and whimsical. And like, I am obsessed. I love miniatures. I've always been so obsessed with miniatures since I was a kid. We used to have a store in our town that sold like miniature little things. Like, it's for like people who would do like doll houses and stuff, or like miniature little sceneries and stuff. And honestly, it's so sad that that store is not there anymore, because I remember just like going into it as a kid and just like looking at everything and I'm like, this is so cool. Like, how is it like these are like everyday items that are like this tiny? Like, it's just, I don't know, crazy. One thing I love is like anything with bows on it. Bows. I'm also obsessed with cherubs or swans. I just love like anything like that. And I just feel like it just gives such a sense of like femininity, which is also like what I love about this whimsical kind of thing that everybody's kind of doing, is like a lot of the things are very feminine in of itself. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it. Like, I feel like living whimsically, I'm making that up if that's not a word. Living whimsically is just like, I feel like a very feminine thing for me. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm not saying like, I don't know. That's just what I feel. Yeah. Also, like, yeah, trinkets. I had so many trinkets when I was younger. I had a bookshelf full of like little trinkety things on there. I don't even know if I still have those things, honestly. I think I do. They're probably in a box somewhere, God knows where. Yeah, like I don't have a lot of Sunny Angels. I have a few, and I got some when I went to Vegas, but I'm like trying to collect more. It's really hard to find them in Canada for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, they're just very, very hard to find. Moving on to homeware, like houseware stuff and all of that. One thing I've been doing, and I don't even really realize I was doing it, is just buying really cute, like everyday dishes or things that I use every day that are just very cutesy. I bought these dishes at HomeSense that have like strawberries on it. There's one that it looks kind of like, it was kind of giving like the tomato girl sardine kind of vibe. I got one of those too from HomeSense. And they are dishes that I use every day. I bring them to work and they're just so cute. And I just love stuff like that. And I really appreciate that like these things are becoming very normal and everyday things. Because a lot of the times, those types of things are for kids or marketed for kids. And it's like, well, there's a lot of adults out there that also would appreciate that. So, like, it's not just for kids, we can enjoy it too. But yeah, I just feel like, okay, I can get like a basic thing to put my food in, but why not have fun and make something a little bit more exciting? It's all about free will, man. You gotta have free will. That also goes with like my really cute Awala that I got from Urban Outfitters. So, so cute. So, so whimsical. So fun. Just like adds a little pizzazz to my everyday kind of water bottle. And for some people, maybe they're like, I don't really care. It's my water bottle. For me, it makes me happy. It just adds something fun to my everyday item. And it's cute. That's just what I like. Same with my lunch bag. It looks like a little can of sardines. And everybody asks me at work, they're like, do you even like sardines? Or like most of the time they're like, oh, that's so cute or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even like sardines, but this was just so cute. I just like had to take it. I had to buy it. I also got those glasses from Dollarama that look like flowers or kind of look like flowers. So it's the stem is green and then the actual cup part that holds your beverage is like the ones I got were purple, but there was purple, there was pink, and there was orange. And I just like, they were so, so, so cute. I did just recently use them for Easter, which you guys will see in my next vlog. And yeah, they are just, I don't know, the cutest thing. And what's wrong with adding a little fun item to your everyday or maybe once in a while kind of thing, especially like maybe something you do when you have people over or you have events, like those little cute little things that you can just add into your everyday kind of mix, which is like super fun. And then the last kind of section of things that we'll talk about is like fashion. Obviously, fashion is where like you really can just hit home and be the most whimsical ever. Like, I love seeing people who are very like bohemian or they like kind of touch on kind of fun things from like the past or like Stevie Nicks. Like, I just think of like Stevie Nicks and like I don't know, lace in a dress and like I want to twirl around. I want my hair to be curled. Like I just think of that when I think of whimsical when it comes to fashion. Just like cutesy little things. But what I do, not necessarily that, but honestly, in my last vlog, you guys obviously saw, you guys gotta be following my vlog because otherwise you don't know what's happening. I got a tote bag and I decked it out with like pins and bag charms and all of that. And I just feel like I don't know. It just gives me a little whimsy. And I don't care if people are like, this is so childish. I don't care. Sue me. I think it's whimsical. I think it's fun. It makes me happy. I love my Miffy charms. I love my olive charms. I love everything on there. I love my pins. And you know what? It makes me happy. And part of it heals my inner child. So but also with that, just like cutesy little charms and things to hang off on your purse or maybe your belt or your maybe necklaces. Like, I don't know, like just fun, cutesy little things that you can just add a little spice. Add a little spice to your life. And then another thing was bedazzling my headphone cords. I just feel like that was so fun. And I'm still in the middle of like finishing all that. but just adding little fun, cutesy little things to make it look fun. And especially with the one I was doing for my charger for my iPad is I was adding little like flowers and leaves, like little beads and stuff. And I just feel like it just made it very, very whimsical and fun. And these are like your everyday items that you're using. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for me and what I do to add whimsy to my life. I wanted to talk about a few things that I saw on Pinterest, and I will obviously link everything down below. But I also have the picture obviously up here too. So this is a post that somebody put up. It says pinterest.com/becoming to her. But you obviously are able to find it. So this is their interpretation of how to add whimsy to your life. So I was just going to kind of comment on a few things that they have listed here. So complimenting any animal that crosses your path, which I mean, I do all the time. There was actually a deer that had a broken leg, really sad, on the road that we live on, or kind of we live off of. And every night I would get home or whatever, like if I was doing a later shift and I was coming home kind of late, I would see this deer, and I haven't seen this deer for a few days, so I'm hoping it's okay. And I would see this deer and I would stop and I would put my window down and it would stop and it would stare at me. Obviously, it's scared and doesn't know what's going on. But I would be like, "Oh, what do you do?" Like I would just talk to it, right? And I would talk to it like it was a person. And I think it would like there's something about just like talking to animals like that just is like very cathartic and like I don't know, very sweet, and just being sweet to animals and nature itself. Yeah. But yeah, I always do that. I always, especially dogs, I'll see like, oh, cutesy little dogs, or I don't know. Like I just like always talk to animals. Oh, I like this one. Leave little notes in random books whenever you visit a bookstore. Oh my gosh, we should start doing that. I love doing that. Especially like I love like those hope core videos where the person will walk up to somebody on the street and the person, like not the person that's walking up to them, but the one that they're like receiving the note. Sometimes they look kind of like mad or upset, and like the person will give them a note and they'll open it and it'll say like whatever, it's like you deserve to smile, or like it'll say something to them, and you can tell like it's almost like that person needed that. You know what I mean? And I love hope core videos. I love hope core videos so much. It just gives me so much happiness. Oh, okay. This one I can get behind. Act like you're on a podcast in the shower. Talk about your day, your worries, and what makes you happy and your dreams. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now with my Yap sessions. Hello. So I guess maybe this Yap session is already adding a little whimsy to my life. I mean, I already talked to myself, which I don't think it was whimsical. I think it's almost borderline. You need to be put in a psychiatric unit. But yeah, I mean, maybe a normal person, this would be whimsical, but yeah. Oh, drinking matcha or any type of drink in a wine glass. That's fun. I actually had a coffee earlier and it was getting cold, and I just like put some ice cubes in it, and I was like, this is so fun. Just like a cute little mug of iced coffee. Give name to random things like your favorite plushie or that beautiful tree you pass by every day. I used to do that. I used to talk to trees when I was a kid. I feel like most kids do fun things like that, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of cute. I don't know if I really give names to like things like that, but that's kind of fun. Picking one specific thing, deeming it as a lucky object, and carrying it around everywhere. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good one. Reading at golden hour until the sunset. Oh, yes, that's fun. I love golden hour. That's actually one of my favorite times of day. That, and actually like when the sun is rising too. Go on one new adventure every week. Heck yeah, I can get behind that. Wave or give compliments to strangers. Oh my God, yes, I love doing that. And I love when strangers, like, not to sound, I know this sounds kind of like conceited or like selfish. Like, I like when people do it to me. Obviously, there's an egotistical part of that where you like, obviously, you want people to, be nice to you. But no, it's just like, it's nice when it's so random. Like the other day, yesterday when I was working, I was just like minding my own business. I was just doing something, and this lady walked in. She's like, "I love your tattoos." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, it's just like, I get that. I don't want to say all the time. Like, I'm not saying that to sound like I get that all the time, but I'm saying like, I get that quite a bit. And it's just, you don't realize like doing that for somebody actually really helps. Like, it really makes somebody feel better, especially when you're having a bad day. So I always try to do that too, is like, I want to do it more. I do it, but I want to do it more, even if it's just super random and people are like, oh, okay. But I don't know. Another thing that kind of goes along with that is like, let's say you're going through a drive-through and paying for the person behind you. In my hometown, there was somebody that would do that all the time. I remember like pulling up and they're like, oh yeah, the person in front of you already paid for you. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just feel like it's one of those like pass it along kind of things, like pay it forward kind of things where it's like, especially, you know what I'm like, especially this too, is doing something like that when you're not in a good mood, which you'd think, oh, okay, well, if you're not in a good mood, you wouldn't want to do something like that. But you know what? Doing something like that, doing a good thing or whatever it may be, when you're in a bad mood, I swear to you, makes you feel 10 times better. Especially when you're in, like, especially when something has happened and you're like, "Oh, I'm so mad." But then, like, taking that moment and be like, you know what? We should just, like, fill this bad energy with good energy and do something good for somebody and just, like, get the good karma going. You know what I mean? Make your own holiday. That's kind of fun. I don't think I would do that, but that's cool. Make a soundtrack of the day. I mean, girl, sorry. Make a soundtrack of the day playlist. I mean, girl, yeah. We are already doing that. Collect trinkets and rocks. Done. Pick a favorite stranger of the day, whether they smile at you, had a good laugh, and wishing them a good life before you go to sleep at night. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, yes. I think about that. I think about interactions I have with people, especially at work, or even just like if I'm out doing errands and just thinking about them and hoping that they had a good day. Let your pet pick your earrings for the day. I actually really like that one. And you know what? I should start doing something like that. I don't know about earrings because I am very like, I wear the same earrings all the time. But like, even like letting them pick out your outfit or something, that would be kind of fun. Saying good morning or good night to your plants, that's always like a cutesy fun thing. Telling your pet they're in charge before stepping out of your house. That's interesting. Oh, like, wait. Like if you're leaving your pet at home, girl, Millie already knows she's in charge. I don't need to tell her. Giving your journal a name and writing all your entries as letters addressed to that name. That's cool. Drawing hearts on your face with your moisturizer every morning. Oh, you know what? I actually do this kind of like as a witchy thing, is when I put on like roll on perfume, I always make hearts. So I always do it around my neck and it just like gives the vibe of like self love and like bringing that love into yourself and like exuding that energy out to the world. But that's also a cool one. I don't know about moisturizing on my face. Like I'd be like doing this. That's kind of weird, but definitely with the perfume, like, I don't know. Like something like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a few other ones, but I'm not going to read them all. One thing I wanted to mention was like for like a home houseware thing, having the Lennox Spice Village dishes. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. It's kind of started becoming a little bit more popular, but people were obsessed with the Lennox Spice Village and each spice container. So let's say we have cinnamon, we have cilantro, we have parsley, whatever. All of them are different little houses. And let me tell you what I would do to get my hands on that. You wouldn't want to know. Yeah, I just think they're the cutest thing, and I just feel like having that as your everyday little thing in your kitchen would just add so much whimsy to your life. And they did so they have vintage ones, and then they did remake new ones, which are just as nice. But a part of me just would love to have the vintage ones because they're just so cute. To go back to when I first started talking, like doing a cutesy little drink, I love this idea of adding like star-shaped ice cubes. So cute. And you know what? I think I do actually have star-shaped ice cube trays somewhere, and I should start using them because I think that's like the cutest thing. It just adds so much like funness. That's not a word. Funness to your life. I love the idea of like a purse tray or a purse bowl or something like of that nature. I have like this little or I have this little side table beside my desk, and it just gets filled with junk, but I feel like having a little tray on there would make it a little bit nicer, so you can like still have all your junk on there, but it looks a little nicer. But I love this idea of a little tray with all your little stuff on it or your trinkets, or maybe yeah, like a purse bowl or something. I love the idea of that. Yes, I have a few of the Huggy Sunny Angels that I got from shopping in a mall in Las Vegas. And I love the pictures of people putting it on their rear view mirrors in their car. I really want to do this. And I have a few that I think would be really cute in the car. When I do it, I'll show you guys. I just think it's so fun. I love Sunny Angels, and Sunny Angels in of itself, I can't say that word, in of itself is just so whimsical and fun. I saw this picture, I'll put it up, and I was like, ooh, this is so cute. And I'm like, okay, what is that? It's a jam jar. And it's, oh my God, what's the name of it? I bought one. I found it at the store and I bought one. Also, the jam, oh my God, so good. They're kind of pricey, but honestly, for what you pay for, it's almost like a homemade jam. Like I've never had like a store-bought jam like this before, but I'll put a picture of like the actual jam itself. I can't remember the name. Anyways, I like this idea of like making the jars, like reusing the jars and making it like your little jar for like homemade matchas or iced coffees. And I just feel like it's so cute, like with the little gingham on it. And like, I don't know, just I love the idea of it. So it's something I'm definitely gonna do when I run out of the jam. I'm gonna reuse the jars because I just think it's just the cutest thing ever. I also love this like idea of like a micro space. I kind of did that with my little tray on my bookshelf, but I also love like just a little space in your room or maybe somewhere in your house or whatever, where you kind of just create a little space that just, adds a little fun, adds a little whimsy, and just has all your little things on it or like all your favorite things and just little space that you can like admire when you go into that area of your home and just enjoy it. Like I love stuff like that. I love a little space that just creates that kind of vibe and essence of, happiness in your life. This was kind of fun. I like this idea. Having like mismatched bedding or like also like when I look at this picture, it reminds me of like bedding like I feel like I would have had as a kid or like maybe one of my friends would have had as a kid. And just like, I don't know, I like the idea of like kind of mismatch, even like down to like dinnerware or like kitchenware, not kitchenware, but like when you're making a tablescape, like I love the idea of everything being mismatched, like nothing is the same. It just like, I don't know, it makes it so much fun and it's not so like I don't know, like it's nice to have something kind of not formal, but like put together, I guess, but that's not the right word. I can't think of it right now, and I'll have to insert the word when I think of it. But yeah, I love stuff like that. This was super cute, this one. Converting an old dollhouse into a bookshelf. Love. Even at my big age, I would do this. Love that. So cute. Or even making the bookshelf look like a dollhouse. Now I want to do that. It is a bathtub with looks like shower curtains outside of it, which is kind of cool because I'm almost wondering if this is their shower as well, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like just a bath. And I feel like that's so fun. It reminds me of those pictures of in the Victorian times, but I don't know if that's the right era, where the beds would be like kind of into the wall and they would have a curtain that would like close so you can like have a private time. We need to bring that back. What like where like we have lost whimsy. We really have. We have lost the whimsy where we can close a curtain into our bed area and go to bed. I love that idea. I hate feeling like out in the world. I want to be tucked away and hidden. Same with when I'm having a bath. This isn't just like a shower curtain, it's like actual curtains, which I feel are more fun. Well, that is pretty much it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I want to know what you guys do to add a little whimsy to your life. So please let me know in the comments because I always love to know what everybody does to add a little whimsy to their life. Because I just feel like everyone deserves a little something, a little je ne sais quoi, a little, uh, I don't know, to add a little fun zest to their life. So yes, please, like I said, check out my article that will also be talking about everything that I discussed in here. I talked about more about what I do in my article than things that I would incorporate, or like what I kind of, the last portion of this video, because I just wanted to talk more about what I would do personally. But you will have to read that in the article. I can't spoil the entire article. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening and watching, and I will catch you guys in another episode of Yap Sessions very, very soon, and also another vlog. All right, have a great day wherever you may be, and stay safe, have fun, and thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.